What's the deal with mobile homes versus manufactured homes? Hey, all you clever capital investors. As you all know, one of the most popular topics in real estate and in the general economy is the topic of affordable housing. Affordable housing is a very broad topic. And when you hear affordable housing, a lot of you may think of Section 8 housing. That being said, affordable housing has come a long way, and a surging asset class are manufactured homes. However, there seems to be an interchangeable dialogue of mobile homes, manufactured homes, and modular homes. Therefore, I thought it would be great to break it down for all of you. It's actually a really important distinction, especially when it comes to buying, selling, and financing these types of properties. So let's break it down. Mobile homes, kind of the old school. Think of mobile homes as the vintage cars of the housing world. They're generally older, built before 1976, and didn't always follow strict building codes. They were designed to be moving around, and while they serve their purpose, they might not always meet today's standards for safety and energy efficiency. Now, this all changed in 1976 when the Department of Housing and Urban Development, also known as HUD, stepped in with new regulations. This is significant when it comes to financing and investment purposes, which we'll touch on further. So, HUD introduced building codes that set much higher standards for everything from energy efficiency to fire safety. This is a key moment because homes built after 1976 under these new rules are no longer called mobile homes. They're now known as manufactured homes. Here are the 4 characteristics of mobile homes. First and foremost, the construction date is built prior to 1976. There's flexibility because they were designed for mobility, meaning they were built to be easily moved from one location to another. Construction standards. No national code existed before 1976, so quality could vary widely. Some of the common uses: affordable housing, temporary homes, or even vacation residences. Manufactured homes, the modern upgrade. Okay, so what exactly is a manufactured home? Well, it's essentially an evolution of the mobile home, but built to these much stricter HUD standards. Manufactured homes are constructed in a factory, and then they're transported to their permanent site. Permanent being the key word. Manufactured homes are typically meant to stay in one place once they're installed. These homes are held to the HUD code, which of course regulates things like construction, design, energy efficiencies, and installation. You could think of it like this. A manufactured home is more durable, better insulated, and it meets the modern safety standards compared to a pre-1976 mobile home. Here are the 5 characteristics of manufactured homes. So, construction date, built after 1976. The regulation is they must comply with the HUD code, ensuring consistent safety, quality, and durability. Installation, typically installed on permanent foundations, though some models may still be transported. Construction standards, modern standard comparable to the site-built homes. And of course, the big one is the value. Manufactured homes often hold way more value than mobile homes due to their construction quality and their ability to qualify as real property. Okay, so here's the big difference. Mobile homes are older, built before 1976, and don't meet the HUD standards, while manufactured homes are built after 1976 so that they can meet those stricter rules. It's also very important to note that a lot of people still use the term mobile home for both types. But if you're dealing with a property built after 1976, it's technically a manufactured home, believe it or not. Another important thing to keep in mind is that manufactured homes can sometimes be placed on permanent foundations and even qualify as real property. Mobile homes, on the other hand, are often considered personal property. So real property versus personal property, which means they do not hold the same value and financing options can be much more limited. So why does this matter for investors? Why should you care about the difference between the mobile home and the manufactured home as an investor? Let's break it down. Appreciation versus depreciation. Manufactured homes are more likely to hold their value or even appreciate over time, mainly due to the fact that they are permanent foundations. Why? Because they're built to higher standards, making them more desirable to buyers. Mobile homes typically depreciate. Think of them like cars. They lose value over time, mainly because they're not permanently attached. Therefore, financing your investment with a manufactured home is much easier, often with traditional mortgage loans, which is super great if you're investing because it makes it easier to sell to an end user. So just to give you an idea, we're purchasing manufactured homes for about $150,000 and selling them for $350,000 within 6 months, and we can easily find buyers. It also provides a home on a much larger lot than they would otherwise be able to afford in an expensive metro neighborhood. Mobile homes a little more challenging to finance, often requiring specialized loans with much higher interest rates. So it's gonna be much harder to sell if you're an investor. Then there's the maintenance and upgrades. Manufactured homes generally require less maintenance and upgrades due to those higher construction standards. Of course, mobile homes, they're gonna need a little bit more frequent repairs because they're older. They're gonna need some upgrades to meet those modern standards, which is going to eat into your profits as an investor. So remember, as an investor, understanding these distinctions is key to making informed decisions and maximizing your returns. So to sum it all up, if the home was built before 1976 and or unattached to the foundation, it's a mobile home. If it's built after 1976, under the HUD standards, it's a manufactured home. This distinction matters a lot when it comes to the value, financing, and your long-term investment in the property. I hope this helped clear it all up for you and clear up any confusion. Thank you so much for watching, and if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more alternative investment insights.